Time now for the chump line.
Loving. Can you believe that Chuck Schilling whining about the Hall of Fame? I don't care if he hit a three-pointer with a bloody shirt at Lambert Field. No Trump supporter has any place at Coopersville. So let's not get silly here.
That message was dictated from the backseat of a Tesla. And the Tesla was riding on top of a diesel-fueled flatbed pickup truck. That's from Officer Mark. I think he's probably right. Number one, I can't see Kerry driving the 439 miles. And number two, how did he get down there without a charge? And number three, do we really think John Kerry just twiddled his thumbs at a gas station somewhere where it was charged up?
Cuomo saying they did the best they could on nursing home deaths is kind of like Biden saying they had the best voter fraud organization going.
It's been debunked, okay? Polyfact or Snopes or one of those places said about Biden's remark that they had the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in American political history. It's been debunked. He said it, but it's been debunked. Now just shut up and don't try to short out any oligarchs, because they gave big money to Joe Biden and they own a $44 million mansion in Miami Beach, you damn deplorables.
Copy.
The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer, reminding President Biden that while he and the good doctor redecorate the White House, they could save energy and increase the property value by putting in some of our wicked awesome windows and doors.
40 executive orders in 9 days. This is what actual authoritarians look like.
Exactly. How bad is it when the New York Times tells you to stop it? You know, in a very chummy, collegial way, putting Joe in the headline. But still, even the New York Times, the authoritarians at the New York Times know something is amiss.
She's known as Circleback Psaki, a know-nothing, moonbat lackey. Just the fact she's part of Plug's Act is more proof the left has gone wacky.
I was looking up her husband. Someone said he thought that the husband worked for Citadel, which was another one of those companies like Plotniks that got caught short, shall we say, in the GameStop adventure. And I couldn't find him with Citadel, but his name is Gregory Metcher, and he used to be the chief of staff to Joe Kennedy, the bust-out, extinguished congressman from Massachusetts.
It's interesting because there's a Jeff Psaki that works for Citadel. Same spelling.
But it's Jeff, not Gregory, right? Gregory is her husband's
Well, Gregory is a completely different last name, isn't it?
No, Gregory Metcher is his name. Mecher.
Right. I'm talking about a man named Jeff Psaki.
Oh, Jeff Psaki? Oh,
Yes.
Okay. No, I don't know. I just looked on Wikipedia, and everybody seemed to agree that she was married to this guy named Metcher. I guess that's why that's the confusion, that this guy's Psaki. Maybe that's her brother.
Can I get me some solar panel makers here, please?
Well, I think first, though, I need an extension cord. Because Pete from Rentham says, also note that all electric vehicles get reduced range in cold weather, which it's been very cold lately. Well, what was it last week, though? That's when he said he drove it down. Batteries don't like temperature extremes. No way Kerry made it to D.C. on one charge.
Joe Biden said he doesn't have an opinion on short selling, but he does believe midgets should have access to the stock market.
He has no comment on short selling as long as the big guy gets his 50%.
When Press Secretary Psaki was asked if the Biden administration's slogan is Build Back Better or Broke Back Better, her response was Circle Back Better.
Watch out. Brokeback. Can't say anything bad about Brokeback Mountain, or you'll be charged with a hate crime.
Howie, Joe Biden calling. Come on, man. You asked if that was Jen Psaki's real hair color? Well, of course it is. I just snipped it the other day. I mean it.
I'm going to circle back with you on that one, Mr. President.
Start spreading the news. I am not to blame. Old people die every day in New York, New York.
We'll play the cut after the break where he says, "Who cares? They died." Again, that would be a major, major headline if a Republican ever said something like that. A Democrat said it, so nothing to see here, folks. Move along.
Dr. Fauci, I'm starting to think he's as much of a doctor as Dr. Joe Biden.
I think he does have a MD, but on the other hand, I don't think he's practiced a lot. He went into the bureaucracy in 1968 when Lyndon Baines Johnson was still president of the United States. That's a very long time. I guess he's gotten a lot of step increases over the years because he's now the highest paid employee in the federal government. $416,000 a year.
Howie, Charlie Baker calling. Yes, the vaccine distribution metrics are disappointing, but I want to assure the folks in the community that we'll get this running as smoothly as the T and the DMV. I'm going to use the New England Compounding Center as a central hub and put Annie Dukan and Sonia Farrar in charge of distribution. And if you'll just wear a mask, we'll be able to get this done faster than the Big Dig.
He worked in all of Charlie Parker's scandals into one CHUMPLINE message. Good work, Governor.
I don't care if some hedge fund guys go bankrupt. I mean, they could always learn how to make solar panels.
Exactly. I couldn't have put it any better. That's exactly right. If they don't care about pipe fitters on the Keystone XL pipeline, or laborers, or coal miners, or all the people, the Indians in New Mexico that are going to lose money from their losing the oil and gas leases, why are we supposed to worry about a guy with a $44 million house in Miami Beach?
That was your last CHUMPLINE message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
Did you know that when John Kerry returned the Tesla to the dealership, he threw the car over the wall? You know, like his medals. That was a good one, 603. The CHUMPLINE is the voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. If you'd like to leave a message, do so between the hours of 1 and 4 every weekday. Dial 844-500-4242. 844-500-4242. Press 2 for the CHUMPLINE. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday, or we might play it on Chopped Chumps, which is the podcast that we post every night on wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcast. Chopped Chumps. Those are the messages that ended up on the cutting room floor that you didn't hear today, but they were posted today. It's usually a pretty good CHUMPLINE. That's extra CHUMPLINE. The CHUMPLINE is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer, reminding President Biden that while he and the good doctor redecorate the White House, they could save energy and increase their property value by putting in some of our wicked awesome windows and doors.
Joe Biden said he doesn't have an opinion on short selling, but he does believe midgets should have access to the stock market.
844-500-4242. Someone says that's Jen Psaki's brother, not her husband. And again, I'm sure it's not her husband if the mentions on the internet are correct. But Citadel has got badly burned too. I saw one of the companies, one of the hedge fund companies. They said they only took a 10% hit on the GameStop. It's a $3 billion company, so they lost $300 million. I guess it's nice to only be able to take a a 10% hit, and it adds up to 300 million. You got 2.7 million left. Although I would think probably a lot of the investors are moving towards the exits as fast as they can. I'm Howie Carr.
Keep it here, chumps. More Howie Carr after this.